You are now watching another episode of She Be Trippin' the podcast, and I'm Tish Ferguson, and today we're going to be talking about traditional dating versus online dating. And this is coming from a person that has done online dating since MySpace days, okay? So if you are ready to understand why I pivoted from online dating to traditional dating and just meeting people while I'm just living my life, stay tuned. Make sure you are tuned in, you are tapped in by subscribing, making sure you are following. You can also find me on Instagram, Tish_Ferguson, and you can listen to previous episodes to find out why I even started She Be Trippin' and why this is all happening. Who am I? Full-time traveler, trippin'. I'm a black woman, trippin', because they always think we trippin', right? And I have on one of my favorite movies on my t-shirt for the occasion. Now, outwardly, I'm a social butterfly. People believe that I'm an extrovert and all of those names and things that we want to put on people. But I don't actually like always having to start conversation with people in person. For a period in my life, social anxiety was a big thing for me. I could do like surface level, but I never wanted to disrupt the energy too much. And so I developed this thing where the initial conversation, you're not going to catch me starting an initial conversation. So I would do things like I would wear graphic t-shirts. It's something I do at work too, like graphic t-shirts or something that will start a conversation so that people will start conversation. So in love, in dating, what that translated into is being able to do online dating. And online dating doesn't necessarily have to be an app, but it can be that you're meeting people in an online space. So you might be in like a community and talk to the same people often in that community, and then something romantic might flourish from there. Or you might be in an online class or something. You're meeting people virtually and then creating connection with someone that you've never physically met in person. I've always been really good at that. I love pen pals. When we were kids and had to have pen pals, that was my thing. I love to have friends that I could just write to or friends that I could be on an AOL chat. I'm definitely aging myself by saying that. But those are my biggest ways of connection. And so when it came to love, dating on an app just was second nature for me. But what I found in my journey is that you have to have a certain level of armor to be able to date online, because dating online goes at a certain speed that traditional dating doesn't. You go through people faster as far as like who you are corresponding with. You may not go on a whole bunch of dates, but you are corresponding with people simultaneously. It's just a lot for the brain. And as I'm getting older, dating online is just not for me anymore. Number one, I'm traveling the country. It's just not safe. Being from New York, it is a totally different dynamic, like meeting people from an app in places that you're not even familiar with. So as a woman, specifically a black woman, that is traveling the United States of America, I don't think it's the safest thing for me. I've also found that online dating in 2023, now 2024, is turning into a place where narcissists can breed and find women that are searching for partnership. And so there's this community of men that are taking advantage of women that are online. And I'm not for it. I'm not here for it, okay? And so when the last situation that I had with online dating, I was not happy with, and I had told myself that if I'm going to meet somebody, I'm going to meet them in person. I'm going to meet them living my life, okay? And I just want to share with you how making that transition has totally changed everything for me. And so here are my three things that have elevated my social interactions overall just because I changed my viewpoint on dating. So, because I told myself that I'm going to have to meet my husband by just living my life, I started living my life a whole lot more. If your motivation is that I want to be married, I want to have kids, I want to do all the things, if that's your original motivation, use it, sis. Use it. I started living my life more. I started creating more hobbies for myself. Things like doing improv classes so that I can have different experiences and more to talk about. Doing things like fantasy football so I have more conversation with a different demographic of people. I started dating myself and really treating myself in a way that I expect to be treated by anyone, especially me. And so what has happened is putting into place self-worth by dating myself, being more interesting by picking up more habits, or not habits, but picking up more hobbies, and having those two things actually built my self-confidence. So now my self-confidence is through the roof, and I can now have conversations with pretty much anybody because of those first two things. So transitioning from online dating to traditional dating has literally helped me build confidence, build hobbies, and just be a more interesting person so that I could attract what it is that I want. And what has been happening is I'm not only meeting men or potential suitors that are in alignment with me, but I'm meeting people overall that are in alignment with me. There are people that just want to know me. There people running into me at coffee shops. Coffee shops is me doing something that I love for myself. There are people running to me on the street. I'm making friends with people that might not have normally come up to me to talk to me because I wouldn't normally be in a space like that. So with me opening up who I am and opening up to different opportunities, I'm meeting different types of people, different types of dynamic individuals. And so this is a quick episode, but I wanted to give some hope to my girls, the girls that look like me, that want the things that I want, that do seek partnership, and that might be on a little bit of a bumpy road, don't know which way to go. I am a big advocate for meeting people traditionally and dating traditionally. Level up who you are, level up your interests, level up your hobbies, and I promise you, the people that are supposed to be in alignment with you will be. They're just gonna find you. And that is the episode on We Love Jonesin', on She Be Trippin', because we be loving and we be tripping. Make sure you're tuned in. Make sure you're following the playlist on Apple Music because I got some love joints on there too. And make sure you are following, subscribed, all the things, whatever you got to tap, so you know when the next episode is coming. I'm Tish Ferguson. We're in New Orleans. And you'll catch me in the next city because we be tripping. Bye.